Are we here? Are we alive? Are we buffering? I need information. Are we buffering or anything now, or are we actually working? No buffering. Okay, we're live, I guess. So, my plans, what I wanted to do is I wanted to sit out with the TA diesel and see now the countdown on my end is only going up every 5 seconds or so. So I don't know what's going on there, but as long as it's good on your guys' end, that's what matters, I guess. So, as I was saying there, my plan was, hold on, I'm hanging my coat and getting a chair. I wanted to sit out there with the TA diesel. We got to set you guys down a little bit. We're a little high. Bink, bink, bink. Okay. Let's get you all situated. We're live. We're live. We're live. We're live. Okay. Oh, yeah. So I wanted to sit out there with the TA diesel and talk about that. But evidently Rick's outdoor router thing is not good enough to support a live stream out there. So that's not happening evidently. So we'll do it in here. What the hell? So everybody hope they'll make it over. This is what we're doing instead of a video tonight because I didn't film anything last weekend. Last weekend was a rush to get stuff done because Rick and Katie were leaving on Sunday. They're down in Florida, I think, unless they're on their way up already. I don't know. But oh, my nose hurts. Anywho, since we're working again, yeah. Well, we did replace that light. When the heck did he do that? I feel like it's dark over here. Is it dark over here for anybody else? We'll here. We'll just. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Now you can actually see me. Do you know if Rick's going live tonight too? I don't. I would assume so. It's probably going to be from a hotel room or from Luke's place or something like that. I would assume he's going to go live, but I honestly can't give you information there. So yeah, this is what we're doing tonight instead of a video. I don't have a video, like I say, so I haven't recorded anything so far today. Today's been an absolute. I try not to talk too much on this channel, but it's been an absolute shit show, is what it's been. Between, I think the 756 blew its head gasket again. The track tried to come off the excavator. The Kubota is fine, but it's out in the field. I guess so far, other than for that, it's been fine. But it's been a struggle bus with the 756 and the excavator all day today. So, yeah, that's been kind of the today's ordeal. Any plans for Thanksgiving dinner, Connor? I'm going to go down. I'm going to drive back down to home and have dinner with my family, and then I'll come back up and stay the rest of the weekend. So otherwise, I probably wouldn't, but I figured that I would go down there and, be a good son and go spend Thanksgiving dinner with them. So I did get offer the neighbor Scotty, who took care of the place on Monday and Tuesday morning, and then he'll be taking care of it next Monday because I have to go back home on Sunday. This coming up Monday, he will be taking care of it. But he offered to have me join him for Thanksgiving dinner, and then Bob, Mr. D4 Bob, which I got a couple of videos I got to put up in video short forms. Bob was out last weekend. Yeah, it was last weekend, last Saturday, I think it was. I think he was out here last Saturday over at the Plow Day field, and he was running a Alice Chalmers 14-foot disc with his Caterpillar D4 there that he had at Plow Day. That's still sitting out there. It's up on tires now, so it doesn't get froze down. But did you have the head milled on the 756? We did not. Rick checked it for flatness with his straight edge. He claimed it was flat. I don't know whether I trust that because I'm pretty certain it just based off of sound and the fact that I have replaced 3 out of 6 spark plugs. Now I get that that's only 3 out of 6, but it sounds like it's dead again, like it was when it did it last spring here. So something tells me that it's blown a head gasket again. I can't positively say that, but say it with certainty, I should say, but I'm kind of leaning towards that way. No, you need to make sure the level is perfectly flat first. Well, he's got a straight, whatever you want to call it, a straight edge. That's where the heck is it now? It's around here somewhere. He's got a machinist's straight edge. Everything's changed so much in this place that I don't know where it is now. But oh, there it is. Here, hold on. So he's got a machinist straight edge that he checked it with. So it's supposed to be flat. Now I don't recall if he checked the block deck or not. But I'm pretty certain he checked the engine, the cylinder head with that, and I thought he said that it was good and flat. So I don't know. Well, we'll have to do a compression check on it. It could be cap and rotor because I don't think we replaced that. In the spring there, we replaced the plugs, we replaced the wires, and I can't remember if we did a cap and rotor or not. But I went through and replaced 3 more spark plugs, and it hasn't helped it any. Or normally cylinder number 1 uses a little bit of oil, so it follows out that plug every once in a while. So we thought that's all it was, and I changed that plug, and it hasn't improved any. So hopefully maybe cap and rotor, point set. I don't know. I know we haven't done points in it, but I wouldn't think that would cause it to run rough on a couple of cylinders. I would think that would make it not run at all, but I don't know as far as that goes. So yeah, that's kind of where we stand on that stuff. We do have some good news, I guess, as far as tractors go. And like with the Super MTA diesel, I decided to dive into that last weekend. I didn't film any of that for you guys. I apologize. I know that's probably kind of I think you are correct with regards to the points, Connor. Yeah, I think it would wouldn't run at all, or it would run fine. It wouldn't cause it to dead miss on a couple cylinders. So I think it's either got to be like the cap and rotor, or bad spark plug wires, or otherwise that's kind of limiting it down to a bad head gasket, I should say. So I don't know. We'll have to do some investigating, I guess, but I didn't really want to take the time for that this weekend because I've got things I still want to get done. So it kind of hinders my ability to haul hay, because that was my kind of goal this weekend, was to get hay hauled home and get it all here before we're having to plow it out in the field. But whatever, we'll make it work, I guess, somehow. Do you recall what plugs are in it? They are Autolite 3116s. That's what it's been running all summer, fine on. So can we call you Farm Boss tonight since you kind of are this week? I guess we could. Mr. Nathan's in. How come you never responded to my text message I sent you? It took it a while to deliver it to you, and then you never said anything back. Sounds like a compression check is in order. I would say so. I think it's on a different cylinder this time though, or on two different cylinders, because I did a buddy of mine who's also a mechanic, told me to do feel the exhaust manifold, and I never got anything. I was in Mexico. Send it again. Okay, I'll do it after the stream. He told me to feel where the each exhaust port on the manifold where it comes out of the cylinder head. So I did that and to check for if there's heat or not. And everything but the middle one. There's five ports, whatever you want to call them, on the manifold. Every single one but the middle one was warm or hot. The middle one was kind of cool. It was sort of warmish, but it was cool. It didn't feel as hot as the other ones, but that one was the hardest to get to too because it's directly behind the intake manifold. So I don't know, but that would be cylinders 3 and 4, and last time it was 1 and 2. So it seems weird to me, but yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a bummer because I was really hoping to use that to unload hay this weekend so I could get all that back here, but that's just going to take us a little bit longer. I guess might have to put the trailer behind the Kubota and just road the Kubota. I didn't really want to do that. Rick is fine with it, but I didn't really want to do that because tire wear and gear wear and all that kind of stuff. But I guess either it's the tractor or my truck. It's something's got to give. So yeah, that's kind of a bummer. If only a certain Mr. Rick Bork had an 1840 that ran, but because it makes Kyle mad, it's funny, so we're gonna leave it broken. Doesn't make sense, but whatever. Not my circus, not my monkeys. If I had a 2404 going, that's my circus and my monkey, but I haven't taken the time to fix that one yet. I'm not sure how it's going to happen. If there's a Kubota Mark, if Mr. Kubota Mark was on here, he's a friend of mine who works at a machine shop that they build stuff. I've been gonna have him repair it, but I gotta get it to him first. But he might be coming down on Friday to drop off one of those hay elevators, electric hay elevators. So we'll see what comes of the 2404. It might join into the mixture of doing things. But if I had that, I could unload and load and stuff with that. But shoulda, coulda, woulda, I guess. But the TA diesel, I want to talk a little bit about this. I'm not sure what the deal is on it. So last weekend, I took it apart, or took it down some. I pulled the fuel tank off and a couple other components on top, and got to the top covers that show I pulled the belt pulley off too, because for one thing, it's not the right belt pulley, and I don't want it on there anyways. But so I could see the complete gear train coming from the front of the torque amplifier all the way back into the transmission, the front of the transmission. And it was locked up to begin with. And then I was sitting there playing around with it, rolling gears back and forth and putting it in fifth gear and kind of rocking the whole tractor back and forth. And now it's free. So I'm not too sure what happened. I don't know if something in the TA was locked up or if something was caught in the gear train. Because when I looked on some of the gears I gotta move this stupid camera because it's bothering me that I'm looking at the computer to read comments and I'm not looking at you guys. So the front of the gears on the transmission, I wish I could be down there to show you guys, but the stupid Wi-Fi won't work. So I guess we're up here. But the there was little metal shavings on the gears. So I don't know. What's your guys' opinion? Do you think it was something on the torque amplifier? Or do you think something could have been caught in the gears? What I want to hear your thoughts, your opinions on this because I'm not familiar with these torque amplifiers. I'm still learning. I don't even have a service manual for the thing. I'm trying to get one through my buddy that works for Case IH, because he said he would maybe be able to get me one, and I'm still waiting to see if he can do that or not. My plan is to drain the gear oil out of it and see if I can, I guess, see anything, any material or anything in the bottom of the transmission that would have maybe locked up the powertrain. You need a what now? I need a service manual for the Super MTA diesel, preferably a blue ribbon, the International Harvester blue ribbon one, because I've already stolen one from my dad. That's a IT manual. So something is God darn it! I hate this stupid heart. I wish it would go away. Something is probably out of alignment if there are shavings, and that's kind of I would go along with that. I'm just wondering. It just worries me that it was locked up and now it's not locked up. I'll take a look. You're going to be on for a bit. I plan to be on until at least 8 o'clock. I might stick on even after Rick starts one, if he starts one. Live stream, I should say. But yeah, I'll be on for at least till 8 o'clock. But yeah, I checked the sump if there's signs of the shavings there too before you conclude something got in the gears. I think alignment or bearing material. I need a refresh. What did the MTA do again? So at the Northern Threshing Show, when we were down there at the Northern Threshing Show, when I was trying to back it onto the trailer, I had the torque amplifier in the low position. I had the lever locked to the back. It was in low. When I tried to back onto the trailer, I think, what the heck was the deal? It took me a couple of tries. I think the first 2 times I was misaligned. The third time it spun out on me. So when it coasted back the third time, what ended up being the final time, when I let off the clutch to try and back up again, it wouldn't move. I couldn't get it to move. I couldn't let out the clutch. It was acting like it was stuck in 2 gears, but it wasn't. It wasn't. I made sure to check that. I pulled out the shift lever. It wasn't stuck in 2 gears, and even in neutral, you couldn't let out the clutch at all. So I don't know what the heck the deal was. But when we pulled it into the pull shed, I didn't have my foot on the clutch. I wasn't holding the clutch in, and it was rotating fine. So I don't know. I don't understand. I can't for the life of me figure out what the heck is going on. Connor, just one more Mountain Dew and stay. It's probably more like a milk. We got to get milk drunk again. But yeah, I can't figure out honestly what the heck the problem was, because even when it was still bound, could it be brakes locking up on you? No, because if the transmission was in neutral and I couldn't let out the clutch, it was trying to kill the tractor. It wouldn't have been brakes because the tractor wasn't moving. So the brakes aren't locked up, and we could still pull it around. So, but that's what really puzzles me, is I don't understand, and that's where I got to figure out how the torque amplifier works, because when it was locked up and I was moving things by hand, I could turn the torque amplifier in one direction, but I couldn't turn it the other direction. So I don't know. I got to do some reading up and some understanding on these dry clutch torque amplifiers, because I'm thoroughly confused on it. Jimmy Drury's in. How are you doing, Jimmy? So yeah, that's kind of what the deal's been on the TA diesel. I don't know, one-way sprag, and that's what I was figuring it was, because I know that they freewheel, like when you get going downhill. If you have them in the low position, they'll freewheel downhill, but they won't in the low, but they won't freewheel in the high side, the direct drive. Bolt between gears, that could be a possibility. I don't know. And that's where I got to drop the oils in the compartments, because there's like three compartments that hold oil. Is the TA like a planetary gear set? I believe so. They've got and I wish I had the manuals with me. I didn't bring them with me this weekend. I was going to, and then I ended up not. There's like they call it like there's like a sun gear set, and then they've got these different gear sets. And for the life of me, I couldn't really figure out their drawing. But when the clutch is in the direct drive side, it's locked in. There's it looks like everything. How should I say it? It looks like everything rotates together, and then when you put it in the low side and unlock the clutch, it goes through the dry clutch into the sun gear system, and that's where your torque amplification happens, or something like that. I've been having a really hard time trying to figure it out, and the fact that it locked up and then unlocked without me really doing anything is throwing me off even more now. Peter says, "Wait, what? You guys have weekend already? What do you mean?" We have Thursday and Friday here for thanks. What in the world? Oh, that's Rick's tablet. We have Thursday, Friday off. Well, most of us do, for Thanksgiving, and I took today off at work so that I could come up here last night to watch the farm because Rick isn't up. So he's down on traveling. I'm gonna have to get me something to drink. Well, give me a Gatorade. I'm gonna back up away from you guys a little bit. So yeah, I've been having a really hard time understanding this torque amplifier thing. Maybe some clutch material broke free and jammed in the gear set. In direct drive, everything turns, and TA power goes through the planetary gear reduction, while the one-way sprag holds the housing stationary. Okay, so So I'm assuming the one-way sprag is the dry portion of the torque amplifier, if I'm right. The middle compartment, we'll call it, because there's three compartments. From what I can understand, there's three compartments in the torque amplifier system. We'll exclude the front of the torque tube, which has the main clutch. There's a wet portion that looks like it's just a power distribution from the main clutch to the middle. Then there's a dry clutch, which is obviously dry compartment, and then there's where the sun gear and all that crap is, which is another wet portion. Rick's in and Luke Strasser's in. Magnet stick or on wire if you can get it down from the top. I would like to just drop the oil in it for one, to change it, but also to see if I can see anything. Is the heater there working or no? Well, considering the fact that it's currently 74 degrees in the shop, yes it is. I need to turn the thing down again because I've had a window open just about all day long in here. Rick, are you still in Florida or not? Are you headed back up yet or what? Why didn't you burn that bay box? Because you didn't tell me I could. I don't know what's going on in your shop. This is your shop. This is your thing. I don't pay attention to what's in here other than for when there's a car on the hoist. I worry about what's outside of the building. You worry about in here. Not leaving till Friday morning. Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were leaving sooner than that or not. There's a big window with an electric opener you can open. I understand that, but I could also just turn down the heat so it's not using as much. Which, honestly, it hasn't been burning too badly. It hasn't been going through much wood. I think the last time I checked was at 2 o'clock or something like that, and I had thrown some more in. We have 18 pounds of steaks to cook and eat tomorrow yet. Oh, that's right. You were staying down there for Thanksgiving. I remember that now because there was an argument about who was cooking what and what was coming where, and that's your deal, not mine. I'm just up here worrying about my damn self. But yeah, I haven't burned down the shop yet. I was gonna, if I could have got the live stream to work up in the pole barn, I was gonna joke that I burnt the shop down, but that didn't happen. Thanksgiving is a nice tradition we have not adopted here in Norway. I'm still trying to buy more things on Marketplace. Well, you got a trailer to haul a tractor on, so you might as well buy a tractor and bring it up here. Steve Mack is in. How is Steve doing? I still don't know how. It's still really throwing me off that the counter for how long we've been streaming is not consistently counting, and yet we're not buffering. I can't understand that. It probably still has the gigantic oak logs in the wood in the boiler Rick put in. No, those are pretty well gone. Well, they are gone. I don't see any remnants of them. You'll never be able to keep your shit together to pull that off. But it's your shit. Your internet isn't strong enough to run a live stream up there. Shop Time with Dave wants to know if Rick is stopping by his place on the way back. That trailer might not haul itself home. Oh, is that right? That trailer will be lucky to make it back in one piece, and I'm not kidding. Sounds like a Mr. Bork has to have a conversation with Ken and Lisa. It sounds like there's been a lot of bad decisions made lately. Huh. Interesting. That's all I have to say is interesting. That's a heinous POS. Like the 756? Rick already had that talk. That is good. Rick says, Dave, we are going via Kansas. Good evening, everyone. Just got the TV back up and working after some painting and popped your face, Connor. Well, welcome, Dave. Oh, hell, that doesn't sound good, Rick. Conversation has been had. Rick not happy. I would imagine not. Way worse than any IH, and that's saying something. Luke, I am pretty sure that 756 blew its head gasket again. I haven't done a compression check yet, but I'm about 70 to 80% confident that it has. I don't have a full set of spark plugs here to throw in it, but so far I've thrown 3 out of 6. You're changed 3 out of 6 spark plugs on that thing, and it's not making any bit of difference. Two Daves don't make it wrong. Does it make it right, though? Rick, are you going live tonight or not? I need to know whether I'm going to lose about half my audience at 8 o'clock or not. What are you doing awake at this hour, Peter? It's 0340 or so in Norway, isn't it? Why you wrecking shit? I knew I was going to get this if I said anything. If I could say what I want to say on here, you know what I would tell you right now. It's not my fault. You're the one that ran it last. Rick says, sure am. Okay. So I'm going to lose about half my audience come 8 o'clock, I guess. But whatever. This trailer is 2 years old, and it would be a miracle if it had only a... It'd be a miracle if it only had a head gasket out of it. We may resort to decking materials to get it home. To say what now? I am confused. What? I have not seen photos of this trailer. What is wrong with this trailer? Why don't you text me some photos so I can show the people on the stream here what we're dealing with, huh? Oh, criminy. What do I got on my... Let's see some photos, Mr. Bork. I would imagine you have had to have taken some photos of it. I gotta get rid of emails from YouTube saying that my live stream has started. Dave, I had issues sleeping. Weather changed and arthritis is so I thought I would pop in and support Connor a bit. Appreciate ya. Sounds like wood rot hit that trailer. So if that's the case, does it look like the one I used for my dad's? That technically isn't his? Or no? Compression tester is on the shelf behind you for the 756. I know where it's at. I just haven't taken the time to do it yet. I've been busy doing other things. Which, by the way, that right-hand tire that was separating when you bought it, it's mildly worse now. It is consistently separating more down the middle what would you call that, lug. I don't have photos. Actually, it's embarrassing. Yikes. Does the MTA stall in direct drive too? Yes. Can't spell F it. You can't spell to save your life. Clearly you haven't drank enough today because, well, yeah, that's proof. I'm pretty sure that the MTA diesel, I'm pretty sure it stalled no matter what position I had it in. Well, I shouldn't say stalled, but because I didn't let it get to that point, but it was trying to. I didn't let it work through its whatever was causing it to be stuck. I kept the clutch pushed in. Dave, it's my own fault. I usually keep it in check with cortisone injections, but I've been lazy and not gone in to get it done in a while. If Rick lived closer to civilization, you could throw a big pre-Thanksgiving party. Well, I mean, I guess. I'm not throwing one by myself. Oh, I drink lots, he says. The best parties happen away from civilization, Dave. That is very true. Borkfest is a very good example. Okay, I'm sick of playing with that. Oh, that almost made it in and bounced back. Connorfest. No, we are not doing Connorfest. No. We'll just, if we want to do Connorfest, we'll just dump Connorfest in with Borkfest. Because it's kind of become that way anyways. We have Borkfest and 2 plow days. Exactly. If you can't get your front end out here at the Bork Ranch in 3 times a year, I don't know what to tell you. Photos of the trailer won't make it better. Well, I understand that, but it would be nice to get some perspective here. That's unfortunate. So what did they store it outside all year long, or what the heck? It's a Florida trailer, for crying out loud. It's not like it's lived up in road salt for half its life. Well, forgive me, but I'm going to call it. Have fun, guys. Adios, Peter. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining this, or watching the stream, joining the stream, however we want to put it. It's still bothering me that countdown isn't consistently counting. It just jumped from 37:10 to 37:16. Oh, there it just jumped to 21. I don't understand this. Was made in China, bought on Alibaba? What the heck is Alibaba? Are you screwing up your typing again, or is that even a real thing? Alibaba? Alibaba? Chinese eBay kind of stuff. So it's an actual... Okay, hold on. I gotta Google this now. I have never heard of Alibaba. Alibaba. No, that's not how you spell it. Baba. Alibaba. Like the 40 Thieves. There it is. It's an actual website. No, I don't want to continue in the Alibaba app. Okay, most of what I'm seeing on here... Well, there's some other... I was going to say, most of what I'm seeing on here is women's clothing junk. For those of you that don't know what Alibaba is, there you go. Go shopping. I've never heard of such a website, and I'm thankful for that. Until now. You need to get out more, Connor. No, I'm happy living under my rock. It's literally on the banned list for business purchases. What is? Alibaba or the stuff on Alibaba? Alibaba sounds like Dot-Head Indian. Jimmy, Middle East. Sounds like Etsy. Yeah, now that you say that, I can put 2 and 2 together. All sorts of cheap Chinese stuff. I see that. So it's basically the black market of Amazon. Or no, I shouldn't say that. It's a knockoff Amazon. Hey, find a place for them exhaust hoses to live when I'm gone. No. I'm not moving something around in the shop that you have to deal with every day, and I don't. I want you to put it somewhere where you're going to want it. I'm not putting it where where I can make it fit. I don't even feel comfortable doing what I'm doing up with the over the hill thing. I started working on that today until I threw a track, and then spent the rest of my daylight putting the track back on. And the guy who started it is filthy rich. Huh. The Homeboy Shopping Network. There we go. Connor, can you arrange the filters for 400 new ones while Rick's gone? No, I am not touching the filters. I'm not doing anything that has to do with in the shop. I don't work here. I don't live here every single day because Rick practically lives in this place. He's gone for about 4 hours while he sleeps, and then the rest of the time the other 20 hours he's in here. I'm not moving his livelihood around. That's not my deal. I'm not going to touch it. He broke the excavator. He broke the airman, and the 756 broke. Both. I did not break the 756, okay? The 756 was broken when I picked it up from Terry's place. That's not my fault, and Rick's the one that said something sounded odd with it and asked me if I heard that too. And I said, yes. He said, it sounds like a plug's falling out again. We'll have to change that next time we're out here. It wasn't a plug falling out. Well, it could be one of the other three that I haven't changed out yet, but I'm pretty sure it's not. You broke but the airman I didn't break. The track came off and I put it back on. I fixed it. It did not break. It just slightly disassembled itself. It's fine. Everything's fine. Sounds like you broke it. I did not break it. It just slightly disassembled itself. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's good. It's great. It's grand. It's wonderful. Probably happened when he moved it. Oh, when KC moved it. Kyle Chris. Was Kyle on that thing? I don't even remember him being on that. Oh, you're probably talking about when Rick got it stuck and Kyle was trying to push it with the excavator, I bet. Is that what you're talking about, Dave? Or was Kyle ever on the 756? I don't remember him getting on it, but maybe he did. How's the wood boiler? It's functioning properly. It's full of coals. It's filling up with coals. That scrap lumber that we've been burning up, it makes quite a bit of pile in there. Yeah, Kyle drove it at Plow Day a bunch, the Mini X. Oh, well, yeah, if we're talking about the Mini excavator, sure, but I thought Dave was talking about the 756 when he said that it probably happened when Kyle moved it. Icon says, nope, don't know where the service manual is set for the SMT is. I can get you the GSS number if you don't have it already. What is the GSS number? I've never heard of that. Do you want me to have Napa run out more spark plugs? I mean, you can. I've got one more brand new one to go, but I really don't think that's what the issue is. I never saw Kyle on the 756. I didn't either, and I didn't think he was on it, but Kyle moved it to pull the disc backwards. Yeah, so Dave's talking about a different machine than what Dave's talking about the excavator, not the 756. We had too many things going on at once. If you want to have Napa run them out, you can. Whatever. I don't really care. You could have them send out a new if you're going to do spark plugs, send a new cap, a new rotor. I'm not doing points because I'm assuming that points aren't going to cause it to run rough. It's either going to cause it to not run or run. Am I right in that assumption? Check compression in the morning and let me know. I'll try and remember to do that. We'll see what happens. Not to go off current topic, but this is just a wild guess, but perhaps the Sprague clutch got locked onto the planetary carrier when you rolled it off the trailer. That's a possibility. How do I determine that, though? That's my dilemma here, because when the transmission when things were still seemingly locked up and I pulled the covers off the top. When I put it in the low side, the torque amplifier part of it was still rotating and stuff. So I am very confused. I don't know why you don't have a blue wrench either. We're gonna fix that here. GSS is the prefix for IH service manuals from 58 to around 72. Okay, I got you. Kyle pulled disc out with 756 when Rick was doing something else. Luke was still plowing elsewhere. Oh. If the spread clutch was locked from unloading it, wouldn't have worked the entire weekend, not just randomly? The torque amplifier was fine all weekend until that point. It wasn't from unloading it. It was from loading, not unloading, loading. When I was trying to back it onto the trailer to take it back to the farm here, I had to let it roll back off of the trailer because it spun out on me. It didn't want to go up over the fenders. And it was when it rolled back down, when I tried to come back up again, that's when it locked up. When I tried to, after it had gone down, it locked itself up. Because when I tried to let the clutch out to go back onto the trailer, I couldn't. It was trying to stall the engine. It was from you playing with the boom boom stick. Why don't you just go away and set up your own stream? Here, I know better thing. God dang it. There. That'll work. Have you considered deleting the TA? No. Nope. That is not in the plans. So, that would probably mean war, Connor. Yeah, I'm sure. Oh well. Maybe he'll do what I didn't. Call my phone. There's a reason why I don't come on his live streams anymore. I can't stand his streams anymore. I'll do mine, but the rollers may have come free on their own. I can't give you much more. I only have limited experience with the mechanical TAs also. I'm hoping that it decided to free itself up. Like I say, I'm going to... Just a second. Can I help you? I'm not doing that. I hung up on him. Connor, come to the live tonight. No. Nope. I'm not doing it. I have better things to do. I gotta go check the wood boiler before I can come to your silly nonsense. So, it will work out. It will work out. Can't be that bad. My genius rebuilt a 4L60E. Please, Luke says. No. So is it still locked up now? Well, I haven't had a chance to actually run and drive it, but based off of rolling it by hand and stuff, it's not. Freaking dog. I'm pretty certain that it is not locked up. I like remember this date. It's the day that Rick Bork got timed out. The one and only time that he'll be, well, I shouldn't say that. The first of few times that he's been locked out. Where is Mika? Here she is. Fat dog. Hey, Mika. Ooh. They wonder where you are. Come say hi. Yeah. Could it have been in between gears? No. I checked that. That was the first thing that came to my mind was it was locked up in 2 gears. So I pulled the shifter lever and no, it didn't. It was not locked up in 2 gears. Why you live when Rick is supposed to be live? I started before him. If he goes live, you're more than welcome to leave. I pretty much already expected most people to leave for his stupid scheme, but whatever. I don't care. I'm doing my thing. He does his thing. It's whatever. I have to do a TA on a 350 sometime this winter. Maybe I'll have more knowledge by then. Maybe. Well, let me know. I'm gonna try and in the regular videos I'll try and post updates and stuff on it. I want to order the cover for where the belt pulley goes because I'm not gonna put the belt pulley back on it. For one thing, it's not the correct belt pulley. Secondly, the tractor's never gonna do belt pulley work. There's no reason it needs to be on it. So I need to order that cover, the gasket for it. I need to get a gasket for the cover that goes over the top of the torque amplifier. What else? I have to get a wire. I have to do a lot of rewiring on it because it's a wiring nightmare. Before all of this happens, I have to pay Toby off for one thing. What else was I gonna do? Oh, I gotta fix. I'm removing the power steering from it because somebody put a power beyond valve onto from the regular hydraulics and put it onto so they could add their power steering rather than put something that drove off the crank. So I have a lot of work to do to it still before I can run it, drive it, etc. So Rick Bork must have started his live stream because I see people dropping off. Yep. So I don't know. That's all I know, I guess. Steve Mack says, I'm still here. There's a few of you still here. But I don't know. Like I say, that's all I know for the time being. Why are you deleting Rick's messages? LOL. I had to step away. He was irritating me, so I timed him out. And evidently, when you time people out, it deletes all their messages. I don't know why. I didn't know it did that, but whatever. But I timed him out because he was annoying me, so I sent him off. Plus, he's doing his own live stream now anyway, so whatever. Screw him. He can have his own party. Like you mentioned earlier, drain the oil and have a look. Yeah, I'm hoping that I can find something in the oil at least, because otherwise I'm gonna be like, stepping on pins and needles, wanting, with running the thing. It's gonna make me anxious with running it because I don't know what I did to free it up. I can't understand. I can't figure it out. I don't get it. So, and it's good news that it's freed up, but it's also bad news because I don't know why it freed up. So that's kind of the way I'm looking at it right now. Is it's good and bad news. So I don't know. It's a situation. It's not a good or a bad situation. It's a situation. It's about the best way I can put it. So, yeah. It's part of owning old tractors, I guess, huh? And I don't know I should check out that 400 diesel out there if I need torque amplifier parts or something, or to see how the system works. I guess well, that probably won't help me any either because that thing's so locked up. But I'm tired. I guess if I need parts or whatnot for the Super MTA diesel, I can rob things off of the 400 diesel because they're roughly the same. So there's at least that. Because I think that one's going to be a parts donor. As much as I really, really didn't want it to, I'm pretty sure the engine's seized and transmission's terrible, and it's probably not going to be worth it, unfortunately. But, oh well. Anyhow, I don't know. I guess we've been on here for about an hour. It's hard to say, but some tractors are beyond saving. Yeah, it's hard when they get to that point, and I guess in a way they get to kind of live on again. They're part of another tractor, so they get to kind of in a way live on, but not in their original form, I guess. When it was trying to kill the motor, did you pull the TA back and try it again? Gosh, and I'm trying to remember that far because that was August. I think I tried it. I think I tried a couple times the moving the lever back and forth, but I don't remember exactly. I'm pretty sure I at least once put it back into direct drive and it didn't improve anything. But I can't remember if I ever pulled it back into the low side again or what. I don't remember. It was too long ago. Mika, what are you doing? You need to go outside? Hold on, I'm going to let her outside real quick. Mika, come on. You want to go outside? Come on. Go outside. You want to go outside? Come on. Let's go outside. No? Okay. Thought maybe you had to go to the bathroom or something, but evidently not. They're just hot. She's just hot. Ugh. Yeah, I wish I would have. It would have been nice if I would have had the camera rolling and filmed it when it happened, because then I could have shown it on YouTube, and we could have, understood together, I guess, or something like that. Aha, you want GSS 1060. It's for the 300, but covers the MTA. Case IH has it listed for $7.05. You can buy it and download it right to your computer, far cheaper than anywhere else. Okay, hold on. I'm going to put that on a new tab. So GSS 1060. GSS 1060. Torque amplifier service. Okay, I see. IH Bookstore has it. Let's see here. I gotta look at this once. I might. So you say it covers. I'm gonna have to look at home. I have a series of a set of manuals, reprinted manuals, that came with the 400 when I bought that. And I'm gonna have to look because I know there's a couple of different individual manuals. Like there's an individual manual for the hydraulic system, I think. And there's a couple other different manuals. I might have something to do. Here's a link to I'm going to have to try and do this without copy link. Okay, hold on. I got to put that in a tab too so I can sit and do paste. Let's be that. I want to make sure that this is going to work before I might have a manual that has something to do with the torque amplifier already. I'm going to have to look in my 3-ring binder. It doesn't really want to load. Yep, they broke up the manuals at that point in time into sections. Owner's manuals 2. Okay, I got you. Well, I'll have to take a look and see if because there might be a torque amplifier manual for the 400 450 series in that 3-ring binder I got. I'm trying to remember. I'll have to look when I go home. If I think of it, I'll grab it. I'll look at that 3-ring binder tomorrow when I go home for dinner. For Thanksgiving dinner. Hopefully, if I have one, that would be mint, because then I can maybe take a look at it this weekend. But I'm hoping maybe tomorrow I'll drop the oil on the rear end and for the rear end and the torque amplifier. Specs may be different for the 400. Everything else should be the same. Huh. I would really. I thought the 400s were built off of, or like the MTA was the before the 400. Well, obviously it is, but like I thought that the MTAs, the 400s, the 100 series 400s took everything from the MTA, and then the 300s were just a smaller version. I didn't realize that the 300s were the same as the MTA. Oh my gosh. Well, either way, it'll get a rough idea and stuff. I know that there was in the I&T manual, they had some stuff for like adjusting the torque amplifier and all that. And I don't know. Now that's one thing I don't know if the torque amplifier is in adjustment or not. I need to look into that. That's what I thought too, but Case and Binder Books have that one listed. Huh. Interesting. That thing finally load up? Oh, it did. Okay, I'll look into that after the stream too. Huh, that's really interesting that they would have the one for the 300 listed. But anyhow, I suppose I could let you guys go. I don't really know much else, I guess. I'm just trying to keep this place heated at least. That's been my main priority. Getting the hay home is just a bonus. But I don't think that's going to happen this weekend like I had hoped. Hopefully I can get the 2404 going if the 756 has got a blown head gasket again. So I can unload and stuff, and I don't know. It's such a crapshoot either way. So, anyways, guys, thanks for those of you that hung around after Rick started his live stream. Hope you guys have a good week. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy some time with your families, those of you that are able to. And yeah, I guess we'll see you guys next Wednesday on a video premiere, because I'll try and do some filming the GoPros over there. on the welder. So, yeah, we're gonna call it. Happy Thanksgiving. Have a good week. Rest of your week. Good weekend. And we'll talk to you guys all next time, I guess, on Wednesday. Adios, amigos.